to join the effort with us on clean water and sanitation. Most of our activities revolve around the 4 priorities of the forum, and our responses also are synonymous to what the forum prioritized on. So before we proceed, I have a short video which I had captured from my phone, and I collaborated. It's a small 2-minute video. I'd request Lampros to share it for us. This is just to give you a bit snippets of the World Water Forum 9 for the youth.
Hi Charisma, it was a great opportunity to participate to this conference, and we are focused on the thematic of water in rural development, and we think that it will be very helpful if the rural communities is joined to the process of the development in rural areas, and also in the access to water and sanitation in rural areas.
The society.
Great, thank you. So I think this forum has, for one thing, proven that the youth are united with one voice. We are willing and ready to work to improve access to water and sanitation. And I mean, one thing that's also clear is that, you know, amongst the youth that have been here, the women have proven to be resourceful and energetic. I mean, look at you. You've been through how many sessions? And we need the youth, especially the women, because we need local action. We need to mobilize the youth locally, you know, nationally, at the community level, because that is where the real action is. And we are so energetic and ready to work to make sure that access to water and sanitation is the SDG 6 is achieved.
Well, that was a short, quick video to show you that is how also the youth space was actually designed at the Forum 9. If you have been a part of Forum 9 or at least of Forum 8, you do know that in every forum we do have a dedicated youth space where we conduct activities, and this all happened because of the help from International Secretariat of Water along with the Secretariat of 9th World Water Forum with various key youth organizations who had built up taken this whole initiative of building up a youth space. I'm going to now quickly share with you the Dakar Declaration to explain you and to probably read out along with you the 5 key action points that have been prepared by the Secretariat of 9th World Water Forum, which will also be taken as a forward to the Dushanbe conference, followed by COP27 and the UN 2023. I hope my screen is visible. So there are 5 key call action points that we had discovered and the Secretariat of Ninth World Water Forum formed was: one is guarantee the right to water and sanitation for all, ensure availability of resources and resilience, ensure adequate funding, ensure inclusive water governance, and enhance cooperation. Now, this is the first time that the declaration was actually prepared before the forum, because if you know, it is through the process of the forum that the Secretariat, along with the high-level stakeholders, usually sit in order to prepare the forum. But this is the first time it happened that they had to do it before, and these were the key call for action points that will now be circulated across various governmental organizations before it's taken to COP27 in Egypt in November. I will now also share with you the youth statement. Before I share the youth statement with you, I'd like to mention this to you that we had participation from at least more than 200 youth representatives who were a part of the various workshops and activities in the youth space. Besides that, there were also youth representatives who participated with us virtually. And not just that, but we have the call of action and responses from youth representatives who also joined us through the various workshops and activities and satellite events that they conducted before the forum was held in Dakar. So we try and collaborated all the opinions and summarized them in a key document, which we have submitted through the help of World Water Council to Secretariat, which will now be taken as an annex to the main declaration before it goes to UN 2023. If you are a young representative who is keen and interested to be a part of the UN 2023 conference, I'd be very happy to include you in the team. We have a dedicated youth team, that group that we formed, in fact, at Youth Space in Dakar, who will be working on organizing furthermore activities and events this year, throughout the year, focusing on the 3 key action points that the youth statement talks about. So as you see, the Dakar Youth Statement says we asked youth what they want. So the 3 key pointers that revolve around this are: 1, youth inclusions as advisors in the respective government; 2, a blue youth fund for campaigns on ground; and 3rd, job opportunities and compensation-based consultancy for young change makers. In the first point of youth inclusion as advisors in respective government, we suggested that we should have inclusion of youth as a significant committee working at the government level, at national level. For example, if you have a finance ministry or a dedicated water ministry in your respective government, you should have inclusion of at least 5 to 6 young representatives who could be a part of the advising team. 2nd, we proposed for a blue youth fund for campaigns on ground. In fact, this idea also came to me from, I will tell you about the youth statement. So this idea also came to me from a panel that I was a part with from stakeholders of World Bank. I was a part of 3 water financing panels at World Water Forum 9 Dakar, and everywhere that I discussed on the issue of financing for young people, the only reply that most financial advisors were giving was that we do have funds available at the central level, but we cannot directly give it to you. We have to give it to the states, we have to give it to the governments for them to pass on to you. The whole idea of proposing this call for action along with my other youth colleagues at the youth space was that we try and propose some kind of blue youth fund that is organized internationally with segregation to national governments, so that this dedicated youth fund comes to us. And the 3rd key, which I think all of us have been talking about, and the whole idea of talking of youth importance is not just to have us as decision makers or have us as a part of it, but it's actually to implement the change that we are suggesting and to accept us as the catalyst of change. So the 3rd one that we talk about is job opportunities and compensation-based consultancy for young change makers. It's very important that if you're seeking the help of young people, and you also give them what they want. And a lot of times the role that we play is out of passion, but we all need to also understand that after beyond a point, it's the livelihood that we have to care about. And this has come as the most, I'd say, as a majority demand from many young reps who demanded that we should be paid for the activities that we are involved in, because after a point, a lot of young reps had to leave what they were doing in water sector, and that is because of not enough jobs or not enough opportunities on monetary basis. One key suggestion that one of the young reps also shared, which we didn't include in the declaration, but I'd like to share it with you, is that they suggested that companies need to have a particular percentage of their hiring reserved for young water enthusiasts or early career wash professionals. So, but we couldn't really land on a productive conclusion in this, because we were not sure of how we are going to divide which country will be able to, which organization will be able to donate a particular percentage, because these all things also depend on the GDP, on the hiring ratio, on the revenue levels of a particular country, and how the corporate structure works. Unfortunately, we have not made this yet in public domain because we are waiting for the Secretariat of Ninth World Water Forum to take this up, get it signed by the Secretariat, and to add it as an annex to the main declaration that is on the website. So you will have to wait until we get this out, but I can share it with you on email, because we have shared it with as many youth groups as we can. It is here is a request that we'd like you to take this as basis and propose in all the activities that you are participating at, forums that you are attending, and to further conduct activities, events, and mobilize youth as per these 3 call for actions that we have set. I will just share my email on the chat, and you can, if you drop me an email, I will share the declaration with you. I'll be happy to share and happy to mobilize and get you all even a part of the UN 2023 campaign. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your presentation, Karishma. It was really, really insightful. Even, yeah, I think people who couldn't attend the forum now are really up to date on what the outcomes were that are relevant to this young professional. Thank you. So thank you again so much for taking your time to present this today. And I think we have another session then starting in about 5 minutes. And I hope that a lot of you who are already online stay for that session, because it's a really interesting roundtable on jobs after, well, towards the end of the COVID-19 pandemic. And we have 3 really exciting panelists for this roundtable, and yeah, we hope to have a really interesting discussion with you from 1 p.m.
Yes, just hello from me as well. And I just wanted to tell you that we are giving very much emphasis on this roundtable. Thank you, Karishma, for involve us in a way and being a little bit a part of this wonderful event, the World Water Forum. So we understood how things were back there 15 days before. So we got an idea. The video was really nice. And I think that this is a very good opportunity for all the young people to get involved. So we will try to enrich also in our next session how the young generation could be involved, not only the job per se, which is a very important issue for all the young generation, but I think we will try to see how we could join together a kind of enactment, if I could say so. So please, it will be started very shortly, but we need to wait a little bit for our experts to be here. We have with us at the moment Michael Nones, who will be together with me and Philip. Let's say it's as panelist. Hello, Michael.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
The group. And I also see one of our experts. This is Susana. Hello, Susana. This is Susana Maria Montenegro from Brazil. Thank you very much for being with us today and get interacted with so many young people that are very much interested to know what is happening in the job market since COVID. But also, I need to tell you that we had a notice from both Josh Newton and Phoebe Kunduri that they are on their way to connect. They do have some small problems, so that's why I want your patience for a couple of minutes, just to, it will be some small late, let's say, start. But meanwhile, maybe Michael would like to say something.
Well, first of all, thank you very much for having invited me here. I'm working with the YPS and EHR, so such kind of forum, it's well, they are really interesting for me, and I think the outcomes could be very useful also for all the attendees. Well, I'm just looking forward for what the experts will say, and then we can have a good discussion.
What I feel is that, and if you agree, although I will say that again, I feel that it would be good if we have our experts to do their presentation and try to have an interactive discussion. I think that would be the best way to evolve this session, this roundtable. We will get after the presentations, maybe we will start to trigger the discussions that could be from us, but could be also from all the audience, so that we have the opportunity to listen to all the questions that might be asked, or even start, give the light for questions that are asked about the water job market, which is a very an issue that I think that concerns not only the young generation, but also all of us, because we are on the same boat, let's say, struggling to see how this water sector will do since COVID. Susanna, please.
Good morning. Good morning to everybody. Thank you. Thank you for the invitation. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody.
Okay, it is not good morning for you. It's good afternoon. I'm sorry.
Yes, we are here with many we listen from many countries throughout the world, so we have different time zones, and that was a small problem on where it would be better to include this session, so that as many people as possible could attend. So thank you anyway for this. I think that just to get started, let's say, I think that this global pandemic that we are living in today will leave a very severe, or not severe, but an impact on our economies. And this is shown, I think, worldwide. I don't think that it is something that it passes together with the COVID. I think that it will stay. So a lot of things will be different. Now we have this roundtable wants to trigger this discussion on what are the different things that we have to know or we see around us in terms of the water sector, and how this can be can be a motive for action and not an impediment in a way, if we say so, because I feel that there are changes that require countries to adapt in the new conditions. So we need to have new skills, new requirements, new knowledge, new types of jobs. So I feel that this roundtable it's really very, very interesting and very up to date. I think that also Joss is here, but I see that because you said, but I can't see him. Philip?
Yeah, I could see him when you search the participants. He's not discussant yet.
Ah, but he will be. You mean he's joined us and he's just, yeah, okay, good. Okay, Josh, hello.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Okay.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much for being here with us today.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
To enrich our group, because I feel that the theme of the discussion is very, very interesting, very up to date, and very important for all of us. We will have a few seconds to wait, few minutes to wait for Professor Kunduri, because I think she has a small problem in connecting, but nevertheless, maybe we could start, and maybe we will, what do you think? It would be better to start, or you think that it could be okay if we wait for a couple of minutes? What do you think?
I think we can wait a minute, and then we probably should start, since there's enough of us to continue the conversation.
Yes, I think we have time. We had we deliberately devoted 2.5 hours because we thought that it's very interesting, and we need to have time to discuss and to interact. And as I was saying, Josh, our intention is to interact with the audience. Of course, you have the floor, you three, you have the floor, but the idea is that we leave all the people get involved. Yes, I think this would be the best way. Let's see. Yes, it's 2 o'clock. Okay. Maybe we could make some comments, some general comments, which I think it would be useful anyway, that are not specific on the areas that you might want to get more detailed, but maybe we could say some general, let's say, introductory remarks on what is happening now. I would say that I may start introducing you. I feel that it is good to introduce our experts to the audience anyway, and then we could start. I would like to ask Michael to introduce Jos, and I would like to ask Philip to introduce Susanna. And then whenever Vivi Kunduri comes, I will introduce her to all of you.
Okay. I will start. Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, fine.
Well, Josh Newton is the founder of Just Water Jobs, which is, the aim is to connect young professionals with job opportunities in water-related field and to promote career development. Josh also works as an independent consultant and experts in global water governance and political processes to engage stakeholders, policymakers, and use his knowledge to help international institutions and communities to develop themselves and to build their institutional strategies and drive political processes related to water. So that was from my side. If you would like to introduce Susanna.
Okay. And do you want to say something that we miss, Josh?
Josh, please, if you have anything.
For yourself, I mean, maybe we miss something. We have we have to say a lot about you, but please say some yourself.
No, I just want to thank the organizers for having me here. It's always a pleasure to speak to young professionals about not only water, but jobs around water, because obviously that's very important to me, and really helping connect young professionals with opportunities all over the globe. So yeah, I mean, I've gradually worked my way into this subject. I was a water professional, or still am. I work in water. I have my own work on water, but then this topic of young professionals and jobs has kind of developed over the years, and now it's a big part of my life and my work. So yeah, I'm just happy to be here, and always looking forward to some great questions and discussions with the attendees and the other panelists.
Okay, thank you for being here. We have a lot to discuss. And please, Philip, introduce us.
Yes, it's my pleasure to introduce Susanna Montenegro to the audience today. Susanna is a full professor at the Federal University of Pernambuco in Brazil and has been since 1990. She teaches hydrology and water resources in the civil engineering department and is currently the president of the Pernambuco State Water and Climate Agency. She's also at the moment the vice president of the Brazilian Water Resources Association. And I think she can give us a great yeah, great insights into into the water jobs market especially in South America, I guess. And it's a pleasure to have you with us today. Thank you.
Thank you, Philip. Susanna, give us some tips of you that we may forgot.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for inviting me. I would like to congratulate all the organizing team for this remarkable young congress, online congress. So I think it's we are facing difficult times, yes, but we are also learning how to overcome. We have an adaptive capacity now, and I think we are in an ongoing process. A continuous learning. So I'm here to try and share some experience and some ideas with you. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you too. I would suggest that we start, as I understand that Professor Kuduri will be with us maximum in 5 minutes. So if the message is 2:10, and I think that we may start the presentation. Who wants to go first? Susanna or Josh?